Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we're in a different location today. You join me on a Saturday afternoon as we tackle the pantry. I cannot explain how long it has taken me to film this video, but the pantry has really been in need of some organization. It is just absolutely shocking. I cannot find anything as of right now. If you guys were here on my channel during Vlogmas, then you guys will know I organized the rest of my kitchen drawers and under my sink and stuff, and that has just been so good. And I had said in Vlogmas that I wanted to do the pantry in a separate video, so that is the video that I'm going to be filming today. I am also going to do the fridge as well. This might be over a couple of weeks. Phil and I, my husband, went into Kmart last night and bought a whole heap of containers, but we don't really know if we've got enough or if we're going to need more or if we can fit any more on the pantry, because our pantry isn't the biggest. Obviously, Phil and I do have an open pantry, and we are in an open plan, kind of like living room and kitchen kind of design. The lounge is right behind you guys, so people can always see the pantry. And it's just been stressing me out with how messy it is. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take you guys on a little bit of a close-up of the pantry, show you guys the actual pantry itself, and I'll also go through all of the containers and things that we bought. I will also link down below in the description box the containers that I can find from Kmart, in case you guys also need to reorganize your pantry. I have got a couple of inspo pictures from Pinterest, so I'll pop them on the screen so you guys can kind of see what my inspo was. It's not going to look exactly the same because our pantry will kind of be a little bit of a mismatch. So this here is obviously our pantry. As you guys can see, we don't have a specific pantry cupboard in this kitchen that we've got in this place, so we thought just getting some sort of unit where we can just put everything on it. This has actually worked really well for us. Because it's just very close to the kitchen, so it's just really easy to grab and go. So obviously we've got the 3 shelves. It's not the biggest pantry, obviously, so we do have to keep that in mind. And then if we need to, we can also put some stuff on the top there. And then it also has this little cupboard down the bottom here, which we just use for all of our baking stuff, which I think I still quite like, and I still kind of want to keep it that way. So this unit here we just purchased from Kmart. They may or may not still have this, I'm not sure, and it also goes with our house. So yeah, I really like this kind of light wood color. We've got one of these. We've also got these 2 fun jars here. This one I think Phil's dad gave to us, and this one here was a thrifted find. I do want to have a few fun jars on the pantry as well, just to bring in a little bit of color and just something fun. We do also have a lot of people comment on this. I might keep an eye out in the thrift stores and see what else I can find. And then in here we've also got this little small white one, which has again that kind of clip lid closure. This one here was again a thrifted find. Phil and I actually got this for our wedding, for our candy bar that we did, but I really liked the containers. Okay, so these are all of the containers that we have as of right now. We probably will need to go back to Kmart and get some more. It's kind of going to be a little bit of a mismatch style, because I don't want everything to look perfect. I just kind of want to have different things, but still within the same overall kind of glass look, if that makes sense. So we picked up 2 of these little smaller jars. They're technically called the 8 preserving jars, but I thought they would be good for spices. Didn't want anything bamboo, because I know the bamboo stuff at Kmart doesn't last very well. So there's 16 in there, so I think that should be enough for all of our spices. We've got some of these really tall ones here. So these ones are called the 3 preserving jars. Then I also got a 3-tier shelf to put these spices on. It is a little bit thicker, but again, I didn't want bamboo, and the only other one they had was a metal one, and that really just wouldn't go with our theme. And this one was also on clearance, so that was good. We also got some glass bits and pieces. So I got one of the clear drawer small and narrow. I've used a lot of these in my bathroom and my kitchen and I love them. I've got something planned for that. And then we've also got one of these, which is the small cutout edge storage tub, which again Phil and I have got a plan for that one. And then we've also got one of these, which is called the handled fridge basket, but we're actually not going to put it in the fridge. We have got a plan for that one. Then we got two of these. I would have got more of these if they had more in Kmart, because I really like the look of these ones here. These ones are called the 1.5 litre clip lid glass jar, and I thought they would be a really good size. Then we got three of these little smaller ones. These are called the 700ml fluted jar, and then we got three of these big ones here. These ones are called the 3 litre fluted jars. Kmart do have more of them at the moment too, so if we need more we can always go back. And then we've got one of these which matches our current one on the shelf. It's so heavy. This one is called the 3.8 litre glass jar. So that's all of what we bought last night. In storage I have also got these pantry labels. So I've got like these spices ones which are a little bit smaller, these big ones here, and then these ones here. So hopefully we will be set on labels. But I thought what I'm gonna do to start off with is I thought I'm just gonna take everything off pantry, put it on my dining table, and then just give it a big clean, and then we can kind of start putting things into containers. I am going to kind of wash them as we go, because I don't want to wash something if I'm not going to use it, because I will like go back to Kmart and exchange it. So I think that is going to be the plan. We have also got this brown, like Lazy Susan. Needs a good clean, but I'm gonna place it on here, but if it looks funny, because it's like a very dark color, then I might end up replacing it with a white one, but we'll see how we go. I also got this little two-tiered like rack thing, which again needs a bit of a clean, but hopefully we can reuse this as well. So I think what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to leave all of the baking stuff in the bottom, and I'm just going to work on these shelves to start with. Got all of the pantry stuff on the table. Pantry is all clean. I definitely want to like utilize a little bit more of the space down here. I'm thinking what I will do is do like a breakfast shelf, a dinner shelf, and like a snacks shelf maybe. This here is our cookie jar, so We have one casualty. This jar here is like cracked all through here, so I'm gonna go back to Kmart and exchange that one for one that is not cracked, but I still really want that same container. But we have done it. We have completed this part of the pantry. We do still have this baking bit to do, so I think I'm gonna do that a different day, but you guys will see those clips next, just because A, I've run out of containers, and B, because I'm getting quite hungry and quite tired. But I am really happy with how this has all turned out. I kind of had to do like one breakfast shelf and then two kind of like dinner shelves, and then I just did like a snacks, and then like onions and potatoes will go in there as well. I thought what I'll do is I'll give you guys a bit of a close-up on how this is all looking. I've finished this, but I'll give you guys a close-up of that, and then we'll do some like complete after shots. Obviously we do still have to tackle the fridge as well, but I will do that on a different day from today, but you guys will see it in this video. But yeah, I'm literally so happy. I think I want to get another one of these for mac and cheese pasta, because we currently don't have any as of right now, because I used the last of it last night when we were doing mac and cheese. Okay, so starting down here, this is kind of like a bag of extras. So I think what I want to do is get another one of those boxes that I used to put the snacks in, to put all of these extras in the bottom cupboard next to all the baking stuff. That way when we run out of things, we can check that section first before we buy new from the grocery store. So this is a little bit of a close-up of the pantry. I'm literally like so stoked. I do like the pops of the different types of jars. This just looks so much more organized than what it did before, and this actually has encouraged me to like cook a little bit more. Starting up the top here, we have our 3 different types of cereals. I also apologize for this lighting. Outside is really not nice today. It's very like grey, and it's also in the afternoon, so we're starting to like lose the light. We've just got Wheat Bix in this one here, cornflakes in this one here, and Cocoa Pops in this one here. Obviously we're very low on Cocoa Pops. I didn't know if it would annoy me having this one be slightly different to the others, but I think because the pantry is like a little bit of a mismatch of different containers, I think it actually works quite nicely. And I do like that it's like big, medium, small. Moving on here, we just have Milo in here. I've labeled what I can as well with like these little labels from Kmart for the ones that we had. Just put our 3 spreads like this. We do also have honey, but as of right now it's living there. I need to find a better situation, but otherwise the ants get to it, so it's just not the best. And we have kept it in the fridge, but then it makes it like really impossible to use. Biscoff at the back, Nutella in the middle, and Marmite at the front. I've got this green jar here, which I've kind of got like a mix of different things in here. So I've just brought this down to the table, but I've got these little like these chocolate topping things here, which to be honest probably could go in the spares section, but I really wanted to have this green jar on the pantry, and I really didn't know like what else to put in it, because it is kind of like a weird size. I thought about putting something to do with the baking bits in it, but if it was baking bits you wouldn't see it because it would be in the cupboard. I've got those, and then I've also just got all of our like green tea in here as well. And then obviously I've got my different pastas here. Like I said, at the end of this video you guys will see another container like this, hopefully with some mac and cheese in it. And I do have another pasta label which I want to put on that one. But I've got like spaghetti long pasta in this one here, penne pasta in this one here, lasagna pasta here, and then obviously we'll have mac and cheese as well. Then behind it, I really wanted to use this basket, but I didn't really know what to do with it or like what to put in it, but I didn't have a container for these sachets, and I just thought they looked kind of cute there. There is a mixture of Raro at the back in 2 different flavors, and then we've got gravy in front of that, and then just like some other Maggi sachets at the back. I just thought anytime we get sachets we could just pop them in here, and then that way it's kind of in the like dinner shelf, so it's like ready to grab. Obviously the Raro doesn't really fit with the whole like dinner vibe, but it's where all the sachets are, so I just thought that was nice behind. That basket there I actually thrifted for Phil and I's wedding, but I haven't like used it since, and I've been wanting to use those baskets a little bit more, so I thought that would be a nice place to put those. Then in this container here I've just got rice, which fits really nicely, And then I've just got some like couscous. Then I reused this wire rack at the back for some tins, and then just this container here. I just thought this would be nice just to kind of like elevate things a little bit, and we don't really have too many cans, so I just thought it was quite nice just being at the back, and then if we need to reach for them, we can. I really love how this shelf turned out. I think it's super duper cute. So it's kind of like the cooking bits and pieces. So obviously we have all of our spices on the spice rack here. I actually really like the white contrasted with the brown. I didn't think I would, but I think it works. I think the brown, like this deep brown here, it's a little bit of depth. But I'll quickly run through the spices. We don't have every single spice on the planet, but we've just got a few that we kind of use. So going at the back, we've got thyme, parsley, paprika, and then I put the chicken stock in a little container there just so it was kind of in with everything else. Then I've got garlic, cumin, turmeric, chives, sesame seeds, and then I've got beef stock in those little cubes down the front, rosemary, ginger, taco seasoning, which I was so happy we had a label for because I didn't think we did, and mixed herbs. And I just like the combination of the colors. I've tried to spread out the like lighter colors with the greens and the pops of color, so I think that looks really nice. And then we've got our Lazy Susan here with all of these spreads and things on them. I also put the string there. So we've got some spray canola oil, soy sauce. I've actually got another one behind it because we've opened both of them, which is really annoying. So I just want to like try and finish both of them. And then obviously if we get multiples in the future, they can go in the spare container. I've got Worcester sauce, sesame oil, balsamic glaze, maple syrup, golden syrup, the cooking string. I've got skewers at the back, and then mustard and rice wine vinegar. I do have normal oil and vinegar in a different place, which I will show you guys in a second. And then I've just got the breadcrumbs there, down there, and I really like the way that that turned out. Obviously I haven't labeled the like fun jars because I kind of just like to just leave them like that. So moving down, like I said, this is our cookie jar. So anytime we have biscuits or we make biscuits, they just go in this jar here. Then I have made a snacks box here, which I just thought could be good for like grab and goes for like lunches and things like that. So we've got some chips, we've got a pasta, we've got some popcorn for Phil, we've got some 2-minute noodles, and then some muesli bars and things in there. And then I had a little label called snacks, so I really liked that. I thought that was really cute. Moving down, we have this little container here. Originally I was going to use this container for potatoes and do a separate one for onions, but I'm going to see how we go. If we need to get 2 of these and do one for onions and one for potatoes, I will do that, but I'm just going to see. So as for other bits and pieces that we don't have on the pantry, we have this little section here. So I should actually look to see if we have labels for these, but we have oil in here and vinegar in here. We just have salt, 2 lots of salt. So like normal salt, pink salt, and then pepper. And then on the other part of the kitchen near our coffee machine here, we also have a little like tea and coffee station. So we have like hot chocolate powder in here, which I hope you guys can see. That one's like the Cadbury stuff. That's the stuff I really like. So that chills here. We obviously have marshmallows here, which I've had labeled for ages. One of the little chocolate toppings, and then we have sugar, English breakfast tea, and Phil's coffee. So they kind of always just live there. I do eventually want to like put some shelves up, maybe up like here, and put them up on the wall, but for now that's why they're not on the pantry, because they live here. Alright guys, so it's day 2 of this pantry declutter. You'll have to excuse my voice. I am a little bit sick at the moment, but I really want to get this pantry finished. So Phil and I went to Kmart last night and got the last few things that we need for the pantry and the fridge. So we got 2 of these fridge containers here. So these ones are the 4.5 litre fridge saver boxes, and they have this kind of like divide in the middle. So I thought that these would be good for like produce, things like that. Then we just got again some more of these little containers. So again, these are the 700ml fluted jar We did get 6 of them originally. We had 1 casualty, so we lost 1 in the bag. So these were $15 each. These were all $3. We also got another one of these 6 preserving jars set, which I can't remember how much they were, but I think I said in the first clip. And hopefully I can use some of these for what I was going to put in the other one of those. Hopefully it'll work okay. Then we got 4 of these little like clip lock jars. So these ones are called the 2.2 litre clip glass jar. So my plan is to put like one of them I'm going to use for mac and cheese pasta, and then the other ones I'm going to use for like flowers and things like that. So this one here, these were $6 each. Then we also got this clear drawer, small and wide. I thought this would be good for putting sauces in the fridge, just to keep it more organized. I think this was around like $5.50, I think. Then we also got another one of these, so just the same one as we've got what you guys would have seen as the onions. Again, just another one of the small cutout edge storage tubs. We did decide we are going to do one for potatoes and one for onions, because we've currently got potatoes in the other one because we used up the onions and it's just not big enough to put both, so we needed another one. This was around $5. We also finally got one of these medium white cutout edge storage tubs. We just thought this would be good as our little spares box to put all of our extra and overflow food and stuff like that. So I can't remember how much that was, to be honest. I've got the receipt, but it's in my wallet and I can't be bothered getting it. But we spent around $120 for all of this. So yeah, I'm hoping that after today we can kind of smash out the rest. But what I'm going to do this morning is I'm going to go through and I'm going to wash all of these. I'm also going to clean the fridge because that is quite frankly disgusting, and I need to get it done before 10 a.m. because the water is being shut off here at 10 because they're working on the road outside, so they need to shut it off from 10 to 3. So I need to get all of this clean before then. Obviously this is where we finished off after day 1. I've also just put the onions in one container and the potatoes that we have in another. Obviously, like, the snacks box has changed, these have obviously changed. I've decided to put the rice and like couscous and stuff at the back. The couscous one is actually empty as of right now, but I just thought with having the pasta here and having the like cans and stuff here, we could just put the rice at the back for now. I've also decided that any like simmer sauces and stuff we are going to put just in front of the cans. That way it's kind of just like easy to like reach and kind of go. We also got a new honey, and so that is at the back now because I don't know if the other one was like leaking or whatever, but this one seems to be alright. I put the mac and cheese pasta in one of the jars there. This jar is taller than this one here, so that's kind of why I've put it in the corner there. But now it is time to do all of the baking stuff. So all of the baking stuff I keep in the bottom part of this pantry here. Obviously you can see I've got the icing sugar and the yeast in a container, but I want to put all of the like flours and stuff in here. I'm hoping that everything will fit okay in here, but we'll kind of just see as we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start by taking everything out, putting it onto the table and just giving this a wipe down. We will also do the fridge today as well. The freezer I'm not going to touch because the freezer is like fine. We also have a very, very small fridge and freezer, so we're just going to kind of make do with what we've got. Alright, so I'll give you guys a bit of a close-up of the bottom part of the pantry. So all of the baking stuff is in here. I've kept the milk powder in the bag for 2 reasons. 1, because I'm out of containers, and 2, also because I don't think I have enough room for another container, but also because on the back it says that if you open that packet and put it in a container, it has to be used within 3 to 4 weeks, and I don't know if we're going to quite use it that quick. So that's kind of just chilling there. I did have to get rid of some baking bits because some of them were expired. So I have got a couple of empty containers, but basically I have a couple of big ones at the back for flour and self-raising flour. Then here I've got one at the back for rice flour. Just because we use that sometimes when we're cooking for our friend who's vegan, and white sugar. Then I've kind of put all the other sugars down here, again a little bit lower, but you can still kind of see what's at the back. So we've got brown sugar, caster sugar, icing sugar, and then I've kind of just balanced these. This back one there doesn't have a label, but that is going to have custard powder. Then I've obviously got corn flour there, so it kind of like brings the flour around. And then cocoa. Then I've got yeast, baking powder. I've just done some rearranging because this makes more sense in my brain. So I've got baking powder in here, and then I'm going to put baking soda in this one here. And then here I just have the chocolate chips at the back, which does have a label. This chocolate one, like the buttons, which doesn't have a label because I don't have any more, and then I've just got the white chocolate one. Then I do also have a spare container at the back there, just in case we need to put anything else in there. This container at the back is actually my mum's and has pancake mix in it. And I've also just got this little clear drawer here, which if I take these down, I've just labelled with vanilla and food colouring, because in here there is vanilla essence, food colouring, sprinkles and muffin tins, but I didn't have any other labels that would fit, so it's just labelled with food colouring and vanilla. But I really like how this turned out. For me, it just makes more sense in my brain, and it's a good way to actually see how much we have left of stuff rather than just guessing. Also, it just inspires me a lot more to bake with everything being all organised. I'm hoping that these don't fall, but we'll just have to be careful when we are getting things out of the pantry. Ideally, I would have liked to have fit it all on like a flat level, but there's just not enough room in here. But I'm literally so happy with how that has turned out. Okay, so that is how the pantry has turned out. I'm really happy with it. Then I also put all of the extras in this little basket up the top here, which is going to be really heavy for me to lift, but because they didn't fit in the section in here, I thought I'll just keep them up top of the fridge because that's where I have space. So I've just labelled it refills, and that way whenever we run out of anything on here, we can come into this basket and see if we've got anything to top up before writing it on our grocery list. But now it's time to do the fridge, so I'm not going to touch the freezer, and some parts of the fridge I'm going to leave as they are because I think they're fine, but some parts of it do need organising. So let me take you through my fridge and I'll show you currently how it looks. Okay, so I'll give you guys a little kind of a tour of how things are currently looking in the fridge and freezer. So this top one is our freezer. So I did also just clean all of this morning, so it doesn't normally look this nice. But up top we've just got ice cream and then just like cold frozen meats, and then down here I've just got frozen veggies, like frozen bread things and pastries, a couple of ice packs, and then frozen fruit for like smoothies and whatnot. That's literally it in our freezer. And then down here in our fridge, this is honestly pretty messy. It needs a bit of work, but we always just put like ham and like meats and stuff up here. Obviously we have 2 things of eggs here. This is usually where we keep cheese, and then I want to try and sort this out because at the moment it has a mix of our after sun gel, our sauces and our butters. Up the top here we have all of our like breads. So there's like buns, bread, these really nice pink buns, which I would always have as a kid and absolutely love, and then garlic bread from dinner last night. Then we've got wraps down in here, and then just like milks, juice, fizzies, dips, sauce. I put the leftover of the chocolate buttons and stuff in the fridge because I feel like otherwise ants will get to them if I leave them out. So there's that. And then this is like what I want to organize. So there's like the fruit and veggies and stuff in here, but I just feel like it's such a mess and you just can't see like what's actually in here. I'm hoping that the fridge containers that I've bought will actually fit in here, but we'll see how we go. So yeah, this is kind of just a before. Okay, I honestly don't know the best angle for this. I'm going to be out of this shot probably just while I'm like talking, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave all of the breads and stuff in the top because that for me is not going to change. That works really well. We also put like leftover dinners in the top normally. It's not normally this full. Obviously we do have a very small fridge as well. This actually just came with the place when we started renting it. I'm also going to leave ham up here because again, any meat like that kind of go in sandwiches and stuff works in there. Obviously I'm going to leave the 2 egg things, and I'm also going to leave the cheese because this works really well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything else out and organize that, and then we'll go into the fruit and veggies drawer. I also apologize if I go a bit in and out of focus. I'm going to start with putting this little container in here, probably for sauces. I hoped that I would have a label for that, but I don't, so I think I'm just going to start by trying to fit as many sauces as I can into this container, and then I might do the other drinks and stuff around the side of it. Okay, that literally fits them all perfectly. I think what I'm going to do in this drawer is put the After Sun, the butter, and the spare chocolates. Okay, that literally fits everything perfectly. So I've done the wraps at the side, yogurt at the very back, juices and stuff around, and then the sauces. Obviously I'll give you guys a bit of a close-up as well. Now it's time to tackle this fruit and veggie drawer. Okay, it's not perfect, but I've had to put some of the extras up here for the fruit and veggies because otherwise they don't fit, and I've had to put the lettuce back. But I'm really happy with how this has turned out. So I've got like all the like fruits and stuff in here, and then I've also got a couple around the edges that fit. So I really like the way that that looks, and then that's a little bit more organized, and that way also like when I put the fruit and veggies and stuff in these containers, they're not going to bruise. Because they're like now in sections, which is fantastic. Alright, so this is a close-up of the after. Obviously we've got the extras up the top there, all the breads and stuff up there, obviously the lettuce because it didn't fit under there, but under the lettuce is the yogurt, and then the wraps, and then I love how this sauce thing turned out. It literally fits every single sauce. This is how the fruit and veg thing turned out. So obviously you can see I've got tomatoes, avocados, oranges and apples. Then at the back here I've also got a container which has an onion in it, and then down the side here, I don't know if you guys can even see, but I have a cucumber. I don't think you guys can see because that fit down the side, but yeah, I really love how this is all organized. Obviously we have the drawer here with the dips and the chocolates and butter. Phil and I always keep our chocolate in the fridge as well, so if we get any like chocolate bars or whatever, then they can kind of go in here, and then obviously the other stuff. But yeah, this just feels a lot more organized, and in my head just makes a lot more sense. There we go, guys. That is finally an organized fridge and an organized pantry. If you guys have been here on my channel for a while, and I've been saying for like, I don't even know how many years, 4 years, 5 years, that I needed to organize my pantry, I have finally done it. So I hope that that has satisfied that itch. Please also take this as a sign that if you have been putting off decluttering or organizing a space, just to sit down one afternoon and do it, because this just feels so much better, and it's a lot more practical for Phil and I, and also it just looks nice and pretty as well with being an open pantry. I am still yet to do the bar cart. That is kind of like my next project. I feel like I'm like a little bit uninspired with what to do, so I think I need to do some more hunting on Pinterest. If you guys enjoyed coming along with me as I have organized this pantry, then please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Please make sure to turn on the notifications and check out my social media. It's always linked down below in the description box. I did some decluttering during Vlogmas last year, so I kind of like decluttered and rearranged my wardrobe, my desk, and also like my kitchen drawers, and also my bathroom cupboard and drawers. So if you want to see more like home organization videos, I will link them down below. Obviously I have just done a big wardrobe declutter as well on my channel, so make sure you go and check that out. And then I am also doing a home declutter. As of me filming this video, I have yet to film that video, but I think I'm going to film it on Saturday, and if it's up for you guys, I'll link it down below, but if not, it'll be coming soon. So there's lots of kind of like organizing and decluttering content coming your way. I think that is everything, and I shall see you guys in my next video. Bye!